Hello, everyone. I'm finally back after a long break from live streaming, and today I'm really very excited because actually I had a meeting with a founder only last Thursday, and the tool is very intuitive, very easy to use, and it's just like wow. I made a very complicated sitemap, so I managed to export a sitemap of a competitor with over 100 pages in a few seconds, I believe. It's less than a minute, I swear. And this is just mind blowing. And this is something that, aside from only design planning, you can actually plan your content with this. So there are so many things that you can do with this app. It's more than wireframing. And that software is Claritee. And in case this is the first time that you are in my channel, please kindly subscribe so that you get updated on our next videos. Especially when I interview founders and they tell us the secrets of what they do and give us insights on the future of the software. So, yes, thank you so much. And I have here with me Moshe Kerri, who is the founder of Claritee. Hello, Moshe.
Hello, hi everyone. Thank you very much for having me. It's awesome.
Right. And Moshe has been a web developer for quite some time. Actually, Moshe, please tell us why you have started Claritee and what is Claritee all about, why you started it, and because I listened to you last week and you have a very beautiful story and how you guys founded the software.
Of course, thank you very much for the chance to tell Clarity story. So
Yes.
I have over 14 years of experience in development, mainly in product development, taking it from scratch into production. The co-founder with me, which is actually my partner for in life, my wife, she comes from the world of UX and UI. And I think throughout our professional experience, we discussed a lot about the process of product creation. And every time we came to the same conclusion. The conclusion is that, sorry, there is not enough clarity in the process. Hence also the word, the name clarity. There's not enough clarity, and there is too many personas involved in this process, and it's a very complex process. And we found ourselves a lot of the time during development doing a lot of iteration over and over and over again in order to actually finalize the product and launch the product into production. And we came with the Clarity. We both very experienced as well in the world of wireframe and mockups, and we felt that it doesn't really give a lot of incentive in terms of accommodating multiple personas at early stage. We came up with the Clarity. We feel that Clarity, first of all, it's a web-based application. We feel that it brings collaboration into the early stage of bring collaboration into the early stage of planning. And basically, it's a web application where you can visualize everything, and in a matter of a few minutes already create we call it the requirement. It's the new world of product documentation, and making sure that everyone is aligned at early stage. And by that, you can minimize iteration. You can gain clarity and alignment within the team, and you can create a better product. And that's what we're trying to achieve with Clarity.
Exactly. And actually, um, when you design or when you plan anything, the most, how do you call that? The most problematic part is actually first the miscommunication, and this costs you a lot of time, a lot of rework, and that means a lot of money. And you have no idea how much rework cost. Like if they've known that this is what they have to do from the start, and they could have prevented from happening so much iterations, you will save a
Exactly.
lot of money. And this is useful not only for you, like say if you are an entrepreneur that you are creating your own website, but you are also a client, and how do you call this, and you need to, and you have a customer, and you need to talk to them all the time to see, hey, this is the stage of the project, or hey, this is the content that I planned out, and so many things that you can do with Clarity. So it's not just wireframing. So thanks so much again, Moshe, and I really really love this tool. And we shall we start with our if we can please show them how Clarity works, so that
Of course,
will be clear to them exactly how Clarity works. Quite a lot of people are very interested on this.
of course, amazing. Let me share my screen. But I just to emphasize exactly the point that you just said, because you just hit the nail on its head, because eventually dealing with client is very hard, and who knows best what he wants to do than the client. The client has something in his head and he wants to achieve something, and he doesn't have a way to communicate it into all the stakeholders that actually help him build the idea. And you're absolutely right. This is a platform that actually enable the client as well to come and to add the content, to give feedback, to help the iteration, the cycle actually go much faster. So thank you
Yes.
for that point. Okay, so as you can you see my screen? Excellent.
Not yet. Just give me a moment, please. Okay.
Okay,
Now we can see it.
amazing. Excellent. So first time when you register to Claritee, you get a Claritee demo room. Over there, you can just play around with the room, try to add component, remove component, and build your tree. Um, Here we can see that we have also an option to move in between workspaces. So if someone invited you into a workspace, you can see the workspace. We can start by creating a new room. And already at the early stage, we can invite members to start and collaborate just by adding their email address. As soon as we create the first room, we get this pop-up that says create your project, and you can select at the moment from website and app. Sorry, website and app and email campaign. Soon we're going to have different kind of categories. We're already working towards having a much more robust category for native apps. But at the moment we're going to select website and app. We can name it, and we can already select a different kind of screen size, or we can add our own custom size. The idea behind the different screen sizes is to enable you to focus on what you need rather than how it will look. So that gives you an option to open a canvas for 4K, for 2K, for a mobile app, for a tablet, and start concentrate on what's going to be actually in each size. Again, here we can also add, the new members, or we can click create project. As soon as we create a project, we come into the tree. In the tree, we see the first page. The first page is the root page. This is from here, we can do multiple things. We can add page using AI. We can add inside the AI option, we have two options. We can manually add more pages. There are a variety type of pages. This is important because also our search engine, which is a full search text, can actually recommend different kind of components regarding to the category of page that you selected, or we can create a sitemap using AI. The next option is to import from a URL, and I think that's what you tried earlier, Elma. And
Mm-hmm.
here you can do two things. You can basically add a URL of a website, a domain, and we'll see it in a minute. Or you can use sitemap.xml. It will help in both cases. Of course, sitemap XML is a bit more accurate because you have all the pages that the owner of the website wanted you to accept. But you can select both of them. Let's try this one first. I will create this one on Claritee.io, and you click the let's do this. You wait a few seconds, hope not more than 7 to 8 seconds, And when it's done, voila, we get a page. It actually went to the website. It searched for the website. It got all the links. It recognized the structure of the links, and it built everything into the sitemap. So this is one option. Of course, here on the tree, you can easily move item on the tree. You can create more item by clicking the plus sign. You can, if needed, you can add a label and name the label. You can do a lot of stuff to actually help you organize your tree, organize the structure. If we're looking at it from a developer point of view, we're talking about quickly understanding what is authorization, what is authentication in the site. If we're looking at it from a client point of view, organize the categories, how we should approach those categories, which content you should gather in order to populate those categories. You can also easily drag a whole tree and move the whole tree into another section. You can swap between the root node. So if you want different homepage, you can easily swap by dragging another node above the root node, and then it swapped it, and it literally reorganized everything. As much flexibility as possible in order to enable you to run quickly. Don't even think about it. Just move as fast as possible. Now I would like to show you the AI option. So I will go back to the project page. I will open a new project, and I will select the add pages with AI. We already got a multiple feedback to actually enable to use the AI on an existing site. This is something on our roadmap. Also, another important thing on our roadmap is to enable multiple trees. That's also something that we are working towards because we felt from the feedback, we felt it's very important. When I click the pop-up for AI, I can already add a prompt here. So let's say e-commerce for shoe shop. I typed e-commerce for shoe shop and I click generate. Also over here, it will take no more than a few seconds to question the AI engine and bring the result. And you can already have a quick preview of the structure that you have, but you can also add your own text and change the structure if needed. If you are all happy with the structure, you can click create sitemap with AI, and voila, we have the structure already here. Quick, as simple as that, and easy to start from scratch and already gain clarity into what you are planning to do. After we finish with the tree and organize the tree, we can click any node and click on the enter canvas and go into the canvas. In the canvas page, we're going to see it might be a bit overwhelming, but we are working always to reducing it and making it much more simpler and give a better UX and UI. So any suggestion are more than welcome to help us have a better UX and UI, and we listen to everyone's suggestion and picking the right one to help us make sure that it's accommodate all personas in the team. But when we come to the canvas, we can see a few things. On the left-hand side, we can see the panel. In the panel, on the top area of the panel, we have something that's called quick links. Over here, you can literally just select a table, text, and a few shapes, and already start drawing things. Underneath of it, there is a search, so we can search for sections. We are at the moment by default on the section panel, and here we can we can click or drag a new section, and we already get pre-made, predefined sections. If you recall, I mentioned that it's important to select the type of pages that we want, because we are help you. There is a recommendation engine that recommends you the appropriate section according to what you're doing, and each section is predefined according to the needs. So you can do a free text search and find section according to a free text. So we can select if we want banner, we can type banner, and we got 2 banners. We can select any one of them. We can select both of them if we want, and just by drag and drop, we get the whole section that we wanted. After the section, next to it, there is the block. So also here we have a predefined blocks, and these are web element and images and buttons and forms some graphs that we have, and also here with the drag and drop, we can add a block, and simple as that, we have a block ready for us. We can again search and look for exactly what we want. We can easily copy and paste. We can easily copy and paste the block. We can rename it. We can ungroup it. We can do all the stuff that you know, familiar with, and love, like any other editor. Next to the block, we have the images. So in the images, you have two options. We have the browse and the upload from the from your local computer, or we can use Unsplash. Unsplash, we have Unsplash integration where we can search. So if I search for a car and I find an image that I like, I can select it and add it into my images panel and drag and drop it into the page. Now, very important to know that all images on the canvas are black and white. The reason for that is that because it's an early stage and it's a planning stage, we want everyone to actually focus on what is needed rather than how it looks. That way, we literally focus on the needs of the product, and rather than decide if it's a pixel perfect, if we need a few pixels here, if we need padding. This thing, after we're ready with a plan, we can hand it off to a designer, and they can take it from there and be much more creative. We feel that this option enables designers to be much more creative because they don't need to investigate. They don't need to run after the client, understand what his needs, which type of banner, which type of images. Everything is here at the top of their fingers. And very important to say that with regard to images, if we want to download the original one, we can click the download, and that will download the original one. So there's no need to worry. We don't do any modification on the images. We just create a second copy of black and white to enable you to focus on what is needed. Next to the images, we have the icons, and this is font awesome icon, and we have 1,600 icons here. So I'm pretty sure you can find most of the icon that you want, but as well here we can drag an icon and we can enlarge it, and we have everything up and running in a second, duplicate it, and that's on the panel. We have another option here. It's called My Library. On My Library, you have an option to select a section or a group and add it into your library. There is a button over here, and you can save it. When you click save, it basically what it does is create a component, and the component is already here, and I can reuse it everywhere I want, in any pages, in different projects, in different room, soon to be actually already in different workspaces, which is awesome. It make much more easier because you can create your own component and take it with you wherever you want. And the next stage that we will have here is actually share your component as well with other people in the community. With after next to save to my library, there is another option of container. Container is very important piece of component. Basically, what it does is it enables us to define a section, soon a group, to move it into a container, and then we can reuse it in any other project. But the beauty of it is that if we change it in one area, it will change all over the pages. So a relevant use case for it is a navigation and a footer, where we have it everywhere, but also a product item that we want to have it everywhere, and also a banner that we want, and we just want to modify it in one place and reflect it in all the other pages. So that's another piece of information. And again, it's just a matter of click on the container, create a container, name it, click enter, and this is the container that we have. You can see that it has a different border. It's a purple border, and if we want to use it, we just do in other pages set as container, and it will bring that container to that specific page. You can, of course, you don't have to have it in the same position. You can have that container in a different page in a different position, but if we'll edit the content, it will edit it everywhere. After the next to the tabs of the panel, we have here the play option. The play option enables us to quickly create to quickly open it in as a view option and to see how it is. When we'll add the link, and we'll see it in a minute, we can play with the link, we can click on them, we can see the hotspot, we can basically navigate in between all those pages that we created, move between each one of them, and we'll see it in a minute. And on the right hand side, we have our roadmap. We have videos for quick access. So if something is not clear, we're trying to have as many videos as possible. And we have the bin. If we deleted something, we can recover it. If I remember correctly, it's a 30 days grace. So as long as it's in the bin, and after 30 days, you still have 30 days to recover it. And on the right-hand side, on the top, we have the link mode. So the link mode is quite important. The link mode enables us to see all the pages, and in a manner of click and drag, we can select which link will be wherever we want. So I can take the contact us and decide that this link will link me to the contact us page, and just by dragging and releasing it, when I will use the public view or the preview, we will see the link and we can click on it and we can go to where we need to go. There is another important option here that we can add an external link. So if I want an external link, I can create one, and I created one for google.com. And when I attach it to an object, I can show you that when I refresh and click that specific object, then it will take me to Google, and I'm there. So it's easy as that to link everything, to create an external link. If we need a link to a document in a drive, if we link a link to a reference website or a reference banner, we can add those external links. We can do that linking option. We can also do from the menu, menu navigation, from the navigation bar that we have over here. There is a quick link option, and we can click on it and see all the pages and just select if we want to have a different link. And again, it's easy as that. Next to the linking mode, we have our conversation and note. Conversation and note, it's also an important area, because that's what enables us to actually communicate with all the stakeholders. It doesn't matter if they are actually registered to Claritee or even using the public link. The public link which we have here, it's called a share link. The share link enables us to send it to a client that doesn't necessarily want to register into Claritee, and he can put his name there, and just as anonymously, just start and giving us feedback. So you can come over here. There is a conversation, and you can write whatever you want and leave us a feedback. And when you leave us a feedback, we can quickly get notification in our area that says, "Hey, someone left you a message. Here it is." And how do we leave a messages? We can right click on an element, and we can with the @ we can search for the people that are part of my room. At the moment, I don't have anyone, but I can say, "Hi, I like this," and click post, and the message is posted. We can decide to have it as a public, so everyone on the public link will see it, or we can leave it as private, just for me and my team to watch it. Another important thing to note: everything here is live collaboration. So if you have a few people working on the canvas, you will see them. You will see their mouse. You'll see them moving those elements, leaving those notes and everything. So it's really cool. It's really cool to see it in action. Next to the conversation, we have note. Note are a very important piece of information, because here it's what we're going to take with us when we'll hand off the requirement. That's the main key that we're going to take out of our conversation. So if I want to create a note, I can do two things. I can or click on the same as the conversation, or click on an existing conversation, and I have these three dots over here, and I can do create a note. When I click create a note, Then I can see that it changed it into a note, and when I go to the note area, I already have it here with me. That way, I keep the most important things always with me in the flow. And let's see this thing in action. I just wanted to show you again the public view. So in the public view, when I click anywhere on the canvas, I see the links that are available, and I can decide and click a link, and I'm coming to the contact us page, which I early attach a link to. At the moment, I have nothing on the contact page, but if I'll go and add some content, you will see the content over here. Do we have some question from the audience?
Oh, we do have a lot of questions, but I think it will be answered as you go through the demo.
Okay, excellent.
For now, yeah.
Excellent.
But so far, like say, hey, many case using AI, but Clarity, the way the Clarity is doing using AI is really great. Um, like this one, is there any change log? So there is, or maybe it is in the roadmap.
That's
Yeah.
that's
So
amazing. Both are amazing question. With regard to AI, we have a big plan for the AI. Our main target is to actually enable one click to wireframe. That's what we are trying to do. This Clarity is here to create and form the idea as quickly as possible. And to do that, we need the capabilities of AI. We want to have an option on the tree to already enable us on the tree to decide what we want, to already populate our item, our canvases with the relevant sections, to enable us to modify the text and modify the images, and eventually have a whole blueprint of the application in one click. And that's an important message that I'm trying to convey. We are trying to do it to make sure that the process is as fast as possible, and not to add another system in the way. Because I understand I'm in the world of development, and sometimes there is the feel, oh, there is another tool out there that now I need to learn. We're trying to avoid that learning curve as much as possible and make sure that it's intuitive as possible. With regard to the second question of the logs, you can see here in the panel that we have something that's called version history, and it's coming soon. I can say that it's already work in the backend, and everything is already saved in the backend. We are missing the UI for it, and at the moment we have different priority, and we're working according to those priorities. But it's definitely an important feature that will be coming soon.
right. So yeah, it's great. And shall we continue with the walkthrough so that they can see all the features of Clarity, because there's
Yes.
a lot to cover.
Yes, we actually covered most of it. It's funny because it takes a long way to develop it, but it's quite quick to show it. But I can say that we have a lot of hidden charm within the system. I mean, even it's something that we haven't managed to actually show our users, because they keep asking us on different kind of channels. But if you click Control K, you can get a pop-up of your shortcut, and you can actually work with the keyboard and start editing it using your keyboard. So there are a lot of small things that we're working on and are there already implemented. We just hadn't had a chance to actually show the users how to work with them. That's why we keep refining the board, refining the system. Beside that, the canvas, we feel that we're bringing it to the industry level as much as possible. In terms of working with keyboard, working with the mouse, there is a right click and working with the mouse. It's depend also which object that you are working with. You will get different kind of options, and you have those options of zoom in, zoom out. You have save to library from here. Rather than use this toolbar, you can delete, you can ungroup, you can Control Z to redo and undo your steps. And if something is missing, I think this is the time when I say that if you feel something is missing, we are here. We have a feedback board. We are working with it on constantly refining the next step that we are doing. So it's very important to get the feedback from the audience.
Yes, exactly. That's why we are here today. Okay, so one of our audience, I think it's I couldn't see the name. So you mentioned multiple trees. Does this mean that we will be able to manage multiple sitemaps in the same page or canvas?
That's a very good question. We first of all, with regard to the trees, you will be able to basically see here multiple trees. You will be able to duplicate them as many as you want. That's something that we are working toward. And when you go inside, you will not be able to, not at the beginning. But again, if that's a feedback that we'll get from the user, and we'll see that it's something that's important at the moment, what you will be able to see actually is those pages that belong to that specific tree. But this is a very good point. I think we wrote it down. That's a very good question.
Okay. Actually, Kerri answered that. So Kerri also answered that in the live chat. I didn't see it. I just saw it just now. Okay. Next is.
I would like to show. Can I show another? Can I show something that our one of our
Oh, sure.
clients? Is that possible? Excellent. So
Yes, please.
I just want to show something that is a bit out of the ordinary, and that's an application that a user did actually about 2 weeks ago, and in a manner of, and it's important. It's important. For me, it's important to show because it's a bit different. It's more an admin panel, and at the moment, I think hopefully next week we're going to launch a navigation vertical navigation bar that will enable to move from site and landing pages into something more robust like admin panel. And the reason I want to show it is because this is a quite a biggish company. We're talking about, I think, about 130 people in the company, and they start using Claritee about 3 weeks ago. And he came, and in a matter of a few days, he actually managed to create a whole walk-in blueprint. And by Monday, he told me that it's already moved to the designer and developer to be developed. And what he did was, they have a system, and actually I'll show it maybe from the share link. But they have a system, and the system is analytics, a different dashboard for analytics. So we have is sign in, and he has his quick dashboard with a bit of information on the right, and then he created those boxes with the informations, and he created those all the options that that he needs. He created some awesome drawing, may I add. It's really nice. I really, when I saw it, I was really impressed by it. And but the nice thing about it that he's actually put real data into it and already start working on what actually it needs to have and which type of columns in a table he is looking for and he needs. He added some graphs. He added some things. He was thinking about the different elements in his dashboard, and you can see that he was working. He was really eminent about it, and was really persistent about it, and he really added a lot of information that was so that at the end of the process, which again it took only a couple of hours in a weekend. That by Monday he said, "Listen, I handed in to the designer and the developer. They're going to start working on it. We have everything. They pulled it into we have a Figma integration, so they pulled this document into the Figma space, and they already start working. The designer already start working from there. But again, there is a lot of information here, and they can literally have a much better clarity on. In this case, he's the client because it's an in-house in-house system, but already gain clarity of what he wants. He doesn't need to have an iteration with the designer and with the developer and try to explain it again and again. And they also have notes and comments that he did, but we have everything laid out and how easy it is. We have another small thing that he did. And also went into a quick development, and this is a small application for managing our employee time, and it's just a small web app that you can add your name, you can click start when you come, you can if you have absence, you can fill in the absence, you can add images, you can do a whole gather a whole information, see put is the absence a day of sickness or other, and also that was extremely quick that they're already developing it. So for me it was amazing, great. It's simple. It was quick enough for him to say, listen, it's going into development. And that's what we're trying to achieve here. Don't deal with Claritee hours on hours on end. The idea is to do it quickly and gain clarity within the team, see that everyone understands, and move further. Of course, there are much more features that we're planning to make it even much more robust, but that's why we're here. We're here to develop it and make it much better.
Right. Okay. Actually, there's another nice question here related to trees. So, beside trees, do you have plans to plan out internal linking between pages, specifically for SEO strategy planning?
That's a good question. We do have, and I think if I'm not wrong, I will ask, but we do have SEO on our roadmap. So the answer is yes. I think I have to admit that SEO is an important part of step of this planning, because I think that marketing is an important stage of any product. I feel it myself. I have to admit, but it's important because eventually, when you upload your product into production, you want to make sure that it's ready. And by ready is definitely ready on SEO level, definitely ready on marketing stage, and definitely ready on UX and UI. So those stakeholders at the moment are the focus of our next stages. With SEO, it's a bit hard for me to say what feature will go in, but we're sussing out a lot of the feature, and some of them are enable you to predefine tags, predefine different element for SEO, and at some stage we were thinking of actually give some kind of score to your page by telling you how it will perform in production when you go live. Will it perform better? And also give some recommendation. But this is a bit on the long run. To answer the question, yes, we are definitely thinking about it, and it's important part the SEO.
Okay, now I have another question, also still relating to trees. Actually, my personal question: can I actually collapse nodes? Yeah,
Mm.
because sometimes, like, if okay, so my example earlier was that I went to a competitor site and I used their site to create a sitemap, and they have hundreds of pages, and it's just overwhelming. So I like the ability to be able to collapse each node so that it's not that overwhelming.
So that's a great question. We don't have this option, but it's on our roadmap and it will be
Okay.
available soon. We're working on it. I can say that with the AI and with the URL to sitemap, I see trees of 400, 500, and 600 nodes. So I understand the pain. We totally get it, and it's definitely going to be available
Right.
soon. It's going to be available
Don't,
soon.
don't worry. I did not try to get the Amazon.com sitemap. It's just because that will be like, I don't know how many pages, thousands of pages. Okay. So
I
this is
can
the
say
next.
that we do know that above 500 pages that there is a bit of a performance issue on the tree, but we're also working on that, and we're always trying to improve our performance.
Okay, because yeah, it could be a lot sometimes.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so that this is the most asked questions as well about, hey, can we convert it into Figma?
Yes, we can convert it into Figma. There is a a Figma plugin by Clarity. It launched about, I think, I can tell you. It doesn't say that. Sorry. It says here on the 30th of September it launched. It's in beta, and the reason that it's in beta is because it doesn't cover all elements. And I can say that Figma is using Font Awesome 6, and in Clarity we are using Font Awesome 4. We have already an open ticket to upgrade to 6, and then we can take it out of beta and make sure that all the elements are working. But this is the main issue. The main issue is working with those icons. Beside that, another issue, all layouts or blueprints that were created prior to September will not work, because we had to do a lot of modification into Figma, and the way that Figma works with our element, and with the positioning those elements on the canvas of Figma. We did a lot of changes. We couldn't do migration for all the users, so new boards will be okay. Old boards will be a bit harder to help out.
Okay, cool. Now let's check here. And can it bring up a sitemap of my competitor apart from what is present on the navigation bar? So I think we have to show them the URL to sitemap feature.
So it's a good question. There is I can say two things about it. The URL to sitemap, that's a very good point. It only goes through a visible links, but we're already working on enabling aggregation of links. The reason we didn't do the first version aggregation of links, because it can actually be infinity and it can take more time. So we wanted to see how people react with it, but we see more and more people are asking to have an aggregation of links. So we're working on it. It's not very hard. It's actually quite easy with our system to develop it. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be available soon. But to overcome this issue, we're able to do a sitemap XML. So most of the website today have the sitemap XML. You can just put it over here, and it will read it. It will also read a sub sitemap XML. So if one website has many nodes, it's usually divided into a categories, and each categories can be divided into different categories. So we do those checks as well to make sure that we get all the relevant data. So if your website have I think there's no limitation actually on that. But if your website have 1,000 nodes, you will get those 1,000 nodes here, and they are available, of course, in the sitemap.
Okay, now let's see. By the way, because can you actually share the roadmap with us? Because there are a lot of questions like, hey, what can be integrated? What, yeah, or is this in the plan or whatever? So
Of
would
course,
appreciate if we can
would
see the
love to do that.
yeah.
When you come into Clarity, on the right-hand side at the bottom, you can see the link, the link to the roadmap. You can click on it, but it is feedback.clarity.io/roadmap. So that's the roadmap, and we're working very hard to maintain it and actually reflect to all our users exactly where we're heading to. So I said it, I think before. I'm going to say it again. Please vote. Voting is very important for us, and we take that thing into account in our next stage.
Right. Yeah, because this is very important. The feedback is actually what would help Clarity become a better product, the user feedback. Yeah. With recommendations, so I'm just looking through. Some of them have you will use URL to sitemap, export to HTML, CSS. Oh. Okay, so yeah, so there is a very detailed roadmap. A lot of features are coming soon, and if you have any feature request, please go to the roadmap, request for it, or vote for something that is already there. But before you request for a feature, make sure that it wasn't previously requested. We don't want double entries. Okay, and
It's fine. We maintain it, so we remove duplication. I wanted to show maybe the live collaboration.
yes, please.
I'm trying to show this thing. So live collaboration is extremely important because um, this one because because as I said, we believe that this is the most important feature and the most and by bringing everyone to the table as early as possible, we give actually a stage for each persona to actually use their professional skills. Eventually, if we hire people and we don't give them that stage to express their experience, then it's make it hard to produce something good. And by that, we enable everyone. That's why we're trying to do Claritee as simple as possible. We enable everyone to, in the click of a button, to create things, to drag things, to change things. So you can see already on one screen that I'm Okay, sorry. I try to move that one. You can see already here that on one screen I move and you can see my mouse and I can change things and everything is changed live. And if I add the notes, I will see those notes here and I can see at any given time who is doing what on the page. And it's very important because it's enable you to move fast, understand, do the copy, do the marketing, add the pieces of design that you already know, like images, even text. Sometimes we work on a banner and we don't know what is the limit of text. It should be in the banner. So we find ourselves doing iteration over and over on a banner because hey, we didn't think that 400 characters is going to be too much. Let's do that. Let's make sure to refine it as early as possible. And as I said here, with the collaboration, we're going to have already the AI. So soon we'll be able to actually add those pieces of AI into text and images already at this stage. But it's very hard for me to emphasize how important is collaboration because this is the most important part of Clarity to collaborate with all the stakeholders, even with the client. Give them the option to express themselves, and I'm pretty sure that we'll see better product out there.
Okay, that's really great. I have a question though on the collaboration. So when you add team members in, say, in a room, do you have roles information? Like for example, okay, the marketing person can touch this part but not this part. So
So we don't have it at the moment, but we did get into a request of a role that can only modify text. And I'm not sure. I'll have to check with the team and see where it stands. But it's something that was very important, especially for marketing.
exactly, because
Yeah.
like say for example, I am say leading a project and I can see everyone is changing everything and sometimes I will definitely lose track and that will drive me crazy and I don't know why this is heading in a way that I don't want to head it to. So like there must be some form of approvals or whatever before you can make
Also
changes.
approval. Also approval. I can say that actually we have a hidden place in the system. Um, that hidden place we released it at the early stage of Clarity, but then we decided to hide it and just focus at the moment on the board and everything. But the reason I'm saying it is that we already were thinking at early stage about this piece of information, and one of them is the time estimation, enable you to estimate everything as quick as possible, and the other thing was to actually enable those possible changes. timeline and those possible changes. I'm saying what I'm trying to say is that we have a clear way on where we want to go, but your feedback will be very important. So if you think it's important, let us know. We'll put it on the board. We'll
Right.
discuss it, and we'll update you as soon as possible.
Actually, approval is very important because once a
Approval.
yes,
Yes, approval. We are working on it. I'm asking
okay,
here the co-founder. We are working on it. We have the option already up and running of approving each board. I think that here when we do the approval, at the moment, again, at the moment it's not available because we hide it as well, part of the time estimation and all the other features that we were thinking at early stage. But when you approve, if you see that number three on the node, I don't know if you can see it, it actually shows you how many the number three on the node is actually referred to the sizes that we have in each canvas. So when you approve one, you will see over there, when we release it, you will see over there how many were approved out of how many. So if you approve one, you will see one was approved out of three items. And that way, when it's approved, it's actually lock the page. You can see that you have also an option here to lock the page so you can't move anything and make sure that nobody does anything to hurt the current state. But when you approve it, it will lock it, and you already know that the client, this is confirmed. The client approve of it, and everything is great. We can move on to the next piece of information.
nice. So everything is yeah. So once we have approvals, rules of permissions, and I actually like it. Like you you actually simplified a lot of things for us, and this is not easy from the development standpoint because I know that the things that seem too simple on the user side, oh, that actually took a lot of work to make it simple for the user. And I really appreciate all the work that you and Kerri and your team are doing, making things much, much easier for us. Okay, so let's go and check. So earlier, you have this, okay, website and apps, right? And you also have something called email, all the way to the beginning when you start to create a room. Could you just show us quickly what is that all about? Like, how can we use it? How can we use Clarity aside from planning, like a web design project?
Of course, you can add any size that you want, customize the size. So let's say I want a 400 pixel.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's a 400 pixel. The width is 400 pixel. You can do add. When you add that one, you can create that specific size. You can of course change it, and you can basically create any presentation that you want. I think one. I think when we started with Claritee, when we show it to people, to investors, and to Google for startup that we've been to, and those important milestones that we went through, we actually showed them presentation of Claritee using Claritee, and we created a whole wizard. So you can create a whole wizard, you can share it, you can basically do whatever you want. It's not limited only to a website. You can do a web app, and you can do app. We see people doing app. Yes, that's true. We are lacking a bit of content, but this is the easy part. And the beautiful part is that now with the say to my library, you can also create your own content and use that one. Um, I'm trying to think on another thing. Email campaign as well. That's something that a lot of users are doing. So the decision of the tree can actually have together with the note. You can actually with a label. You can actually have like different kind of email campaign. So if you have a Black Friday campaign, you create a whole tree of Black Friday campaign, and you add your text, you add your images, you add everything into it. That taking us back to collaboration, 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 collaboration. Do that thing, add the text, use the designer. The designer can add the images, and everything is ready for the developer to actually take and execute it in Mailchimp or in any other relevant tool that you are using. Um, uh, Beside that, you can also just click to draw. So you can use the normal quick tool here to draw the item that you want and create the map.
You know what? I think this is also useful for like HR when they create organizational charts. It's useful. It's useful for a lot of things. Anything that you can do, like before, I used to write things like, okay, do this, do that. Sometimes I sort of have bullets and then a sub whatever. Now I can do that instead of those things. It is planned visually. So anything that you can map out, Clarity can help you out and much,
We,
much easily.
you're absolutely right. We like to, well, I like to call it rather than wireframe, a product framing. So it's a structural product framing. You create your product in a structural way. It's easy. It's any sizes that you want. You can accommodate. You can add links. You can add images. You can add assets. Instead of having this thing scattered all around multiple system, you have everything in one place. Of course, we are thinking further and how you can literally integrate everything into a Clarity, but you don't need a Google Drive in order to write your documentation. You can write everything here. It's accessed by everyone in the team. So we're going back to collaboration. Also, the client can see that. There are a lot of stuff that you can do within Clarity that enable you to run fast and make sure that you have what I like to call is a single source of truth, and that's what we're trying to do with Clarity. It's one place that have everything in. Of course, if I look at it as in a perspective, in a product perspective, I actually the aim of Clarity is to actually continue with you throughout development and into production. So you always have this single source of truth where you actually change and it will reflect, it will aggregate those changes everywhere. And that's what that's the end game that we're trying to achieve.
Okay, really, really great. Now, this is, I would say, an interesting question from Asif. When will you officially launch the product on LTD platform? So, Clarity is actually available on AppSumo right now, but they are also running a very special Cyber Monday for us. And the link for the Cyber Monday deal is just below. So nttl.in/claritycm. And someone asked what's the difference between the Black Monday offer and the Cyber Monday offer. Let me just see, I couldn't find it anymore. There's so
In
many
the
messages. Right. So yeah, is there any difference between the Cyber Monday and the Black Monday offer?
the Black Friday to the Cyber Monday. It's
Yes.
Cyber Monday is a continual of the Black Friday. Black Friday is gonna go gonna get off. I think today that's the last day, and I think it's already finished. But we just we were so in a rush to to do a lot of cool stuff that we launched the Cyber Monday, and soon both of them gonna be finished. But again, I think personally speaking, I think that those sales that we are doing are really awesome, and I think it's really worth it.
Right. Because uh, for me, this is just unbelievable. Like, it's really, really good. It's fast. And it's everything that I want from an app when it comes to planning something. Any of my projects, actually, not just design projects, literally any projects. So it's a great project management tool, a visual project management tool. Is it okay if I show the Cyber Monday deal?
Of course, please, by
Yes,
all means.
okay. So because I think they need to see this, and it's pretty cool actually. Okay, so here we are. We have here the Clarity Cyber Monday deal. And here, okay, in AppSumo you only have one tier, but here you have three tiers. So you have the starter, advanced, and the agency plans. Now, for the starter plan, you have one workspace, one manager user, but you have unlimited collaborators, unlimited active projects, unlimited pages, 4,000 AI tokens per month, and 3 GB of space. while the advanced has 25 workspaces. You have 50 manager user, 16,000 AI tokens per month, and 9 GB of space. And the agency, you have 100 workspaces, 200 manager user, unlimited collaborators, and then you have 50,000 AI tokens per month and 25 GB of space. Um, can we just clarify exactly what is a workspace and what is manager user, just for the sake of clarity?
Yes.
What is
Of
it?
course, we have a few type of roles. So we have the viewer. The viewer can only view. He can't edit anything, so the canvas will be locked. Hence the name. We have collaborator role. The collaborator is anyone that you want to help you collaborate on a single project. Of course, you can add them to many projects, but it will need to be added manually to those projects. And Collaborator is good for clients and good for freelancers if you're working with freelancers, and good to anyone that you need his help to actually come and collaborate with you. And we have the manager that is actually can manage and add more users, sign, create rooms, create. Set different kind of permission, including managers' permissions, and can create also a workspace for the account that he's working with, and so on. Workspace, we have at the end of the level, we have the canvas. Actually, we have the size. Size is basically the canvas that we're working on, and multiple sizes are actually construct a node on the tree, and multiple nodes construct a project. So from multiple nodes, we have a project, and a few projects, and in a room, you can have a few projects. And you can have a few rooms within a workspace. So everything here is here to actually help and organize as seamlessly as possible. So the idea is that in a workspace you will actually deal with the permissions for the whole workspace, and within a room you can actually manage the permission for that specific room. When you add a manager to a room, you already get some kind of control on the workspace. And if you want to have that manager responsible on multiple workspace, you'll have to assign that workspaces to that specific manager. Is that
Great.
I hope that answered the
Yes,
question.
actually, because that was my question. Okay, so what is a workspace? What is this and what is that? So I got a little bit confused because we have, yeah. Okay, and one more thing is you have rooms. So rooms, do you have any limit for workspace?
So no, we used to have a limit for rooms, but we removed that limit because eventually, at the end of the day, we think that rooms are just like folders. They are structural folders. So we're here to help out, and we want to help you out, organize it better. And for that, you need as many room. You can move item from one room to another. You can't duplicate. Sorry, room you can't duplicate yet because of the effort that it takes to duplicate so many projects within a room, but it's something that we're working on. But you can easily create a room and then move a project from that room to another room.
Okay,
So
so
you can look at it as a structural folder.
okay, got it now. So the best practice is, for example, you are an agency, you have these workspaces, 100 workspaces. So each workspace you assign to one client. That's it. I think they should not be even be under the same workspace. Different clients under the same workspace. Is that
So
right?
I have to say that I see from our users that I see that it's depend. Each user use it differently. One
Okay.
user can have a room per client, and then he can have all the projects within that room. But other customer or other user can actually say that, hold on, I have a big campaign coming up, a Black Friday campaign, and I want to sort everything within different rooms. So I have one room for all my email campaigns, and one room for the website to prepare the website and all those web assets, and the other room is the application. So it uses those the workspace as per client. But other one that doesn't have the workspaces or have only one workspace can do that within the level of project. So it only depends on how you want to organize that assets.
Okay. Now, all right. So thank you so much, Moshe, for the explanation. Now it's clearer to me because I explored Clarity over the weekend, and wow, so many things that I wanted to do with it, but I don't know how to do it yet. But it's actually after this live stream, now I got even clearer picture of what I can do beside wireframing. Yes, because everybody's thinking that it's just for wireframing. It's not. It can do a lot of things. So, guys, I sent some. Okay, so there is a question from Fuzz which we can answer later because either Kerry or Bruno already asked if he can elaborate further what he means. So, can you create tags that consolidate the content or intent of elements? So, we are waiting for a follow up clarification from
Please,
Faz on the
by all
questions.
means, if you have any
Right.
question, we're available also on the chat. We're available on our
Yes.
feedback board, also by emails. Uh, Reach out to us. We're very nice people.
Yeah, they don't bite, guys. They are really nice people. I love working with the Clarity team. They are so friendly and they are very supportive of our community as well. Which brings us to our next part with the giveaway. And they are so generous to give us four starter plans and one advanced plan on their BFCM offer. So I showed you earlier the plans, and now we have that's what they are giving away, and that's very generous of Clarity to do that. Now let me just pick up my export. There is no clarification yet from us, so let me just proceed with my export. Okay. Jenna, sorry, I cannot guarantee that you will have the advanced plan. Okay, that is so funny. Because, you're saying, thanks, I will take the advanced plan. No, sorry, I cannot guarantee that. We will see later on. Alrighty, and I will share my other screen. Yeah, and thank you for the clarity on Clarity. Yeah, that's what we are all about. We are making things clear for everyone. Okay, so here are the people who joined our live stream and our giveaway. So we have Abir Ahmed, Amir Azad, Arafkan Asif, BL, Brave, Chena, David Moore, Faz, HM, Inderjeet, Inderpreet, Mark, Niru, Nok, Niladrita, Ranveer, Robert Minder, Sumashikar, Sujit, Tusar, Venki. Thanks for joining us today. And Vladimir. Oh, Vladimir is here too. I thank you for joining us tonight. Okay, so there is go. Okay, so we're going to draw first the first four winners of starter plan, and then the winner of the advanced plan. And in case you don't win in our giveaway here, please join our discussion in the group. Clarity is giving where you can actually sign up for free and try it for 14 days, no credit card required. So let's start. Shuffle. Okay, so our first winner is Inderjit R. Okay. Uh, let's add Mary. Okay, so the next one is, so is Inderjit here? Because I don't see who is this. I have no idea. So if that's you, Inderjit, can you please say it's me, Inderjit? Just type it out because I cannot see your name here. And Araf is our next winner. Araf Khan. Araf, please let me know if you are around. Okay, so Araf is there. Perfect. Let's see. Okay, so Inderjit is also there. Yay, Faz!
Yay.
Congratulations. Yes, I saw you, Araf. So, Faz, are you still there? I'm sure he is because he likes this app. Okay, next is we shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. The last winner of our starter plan. And thank you again, Motion. Like, this is really generous. So, even as it is saying, wow, 5 winners today.
This is with love. We love the community and we love the feedback and we here to have your suggestions.
Niru. Yay, Faz won. And Niru, are you there? Okay, so Nero, please let me know if you are around, okay? And this time I'm going to do the draw for our advanced plan winner. And I'm still not seeing Nero. Okay, so this is for the advanced plan. Hey, Asif! So thank you so much. I just couldn't see where is Asif now. Asif you just won and Niru, but I'm not seeing them confirming they are here. Okay, so Nero is here. Asif, I'm
Yeah.
waiting for you. But he's been asking a lot of questions as well. So, Faz Musa, it's not Manish, it's Moshe. Wait a moment. This is funny. So he said thank you, but he is Moshe or Moish for the English speakers. Yeah, and it's Bruno, not Bruce. At least you got Kerry right, and you got my
Yeah.
name right.
Usually they get that one wrong. So
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. And remember that we have the Cyber Monday deal up to when? You still have 1 day and 22 hours left to get the Cyber
but
Monday lifetime deal, and it has much better limits than the one that we see elsewhere. And let's support Claritee by giving them feedback, so that it can help them to shape up the product. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, Bruno Wayne. Okay, this is really funny. They are now joking because this is a fun group. We really joke a lot in our group. So thanks so much, everyone. And I'll see you again on Thursday, where we are going to have a live stream about a type form alternative. Actually, they said it's a type form killer. So I'll see you on Thursday. Thanks so much, Moshe. Thanks so
thank
much,
you very much for
Bruno
having
and
me.
Kerry.
Thank you. Thank you very much and congratulations for the winner. Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for your time, and thanks for everything. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.